All right, court is calling. Where's your client?
Easy.
Oh, come down. Court is calling 2024 CR 6575. State of Texas versus Michael Mora. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Roberto Ambrosino.
And are you Mr. Mora?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Mora, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we're proceeding on count one alone, maybe count two.
No objection.
All right, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand? You're charged with theft, 30,000 to 150,000 of a vehicle. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
No.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Mora, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
I'm not.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on count one, $600 fine probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration 2024 CR 5959, 2024 CR 3664, grand jury number 821023. There's to be restitution, if any, to Nerry, Nerry, David Nuangill, Nuangile, Bamba, Bumba. There's to be restitution to Marisol Martinez in 2024 CR 3664, and there's to be a drug court evaluation. Did you understand that to be the plea?
No.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There has not.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 8 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged in count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 112.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept in the evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right. right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
He's shown remorse for his actions, Your Honor. He's been in custody for quite some time, I think 152 days. I think he's had time to think about it and he's ready to get out in the real world and do what?
All right, why are you stealing? Why are you taking what doesn't belong to you?
I just had a real bad time in my life, Your Honor.
Everybody has bad times in their life, but they're not out here stealing and breaking into people's cars. So we're back to, why are you stealing? Why are you taking what does not belong to you?
No money.
Hmm?
No money. I wasn't
I'm
working.
sorry, what?
I wasn't working. I was low on funds.
A lot of people are out of funds. They still don't steal. So you're just out here in this world, just taking what does not belong to you. That's what you're doing?
That's what I was doing.
I mean, well, you haven't been doing it now because you're in custody for 100 and what?
52 days.
Yeah, you've been in custody for 152 days. So unless they have vehicles on the yard at the Bear County Jail for people to take, you're not stealing.
No, man, but I've had time to think about it.
Yeah, but I'm looking at your criminal history. Is this the first theft you've had?
My first step, yes.
State, is this the first theft or first theft case he's ever had?
2000. Well, I don't have the exact offense there, but 2020, he had a theft, 100 to 750, that he got deferred on, but then he, was revoked May 13th, 2021 for 3 days in the Bear County Jail.
Did you not remember that theft case? Was it hazy?
I can't remember.
All right, so again, this is not your first theft case, so why do you keep stealing?
Again, I was low on funds.
All right, so I think I need to help him. And I'm gonna follow your agreement, but he obviously needs some help that he has not received from anyone else. So I'm about to help you. There's gonna be a $600 fine. That's gonna be probated. Do you have any children?
No, man.
All right, that's a good thing. 10 years deferred adjudication. Take in consideration 2024 CR 5959, 2024 CR 3664, grand jury number 821023. There's to be restitution to the following: Neri David Newingill Bamba and Marisol Martinez. There's to be no contact with Stephanie Olivia Guerra, Raymonte Prime, Prime, Emily Guerra, Juan Guerra. And this part, it's not about rehabilitation. This is the punishment. He's not allowed to drive while he's on probation. He's gonna be taking the via bus. So there's to be no driving. A referral to felony drug court in custody. TAP evaluation in custody. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. The UA hotline until further notice. PATS 1 and 2. Field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. And then at probation's discretion, proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And he's to follow all recommendations of TAP. All right. Probation, anything else? All right, so defense, this is where I hear your argument. Is there a reason why I shouldn't order that he do 180 days in the Bear County Jail or the state jail facility as a condition?
Yes, Judge, because he's already essentially done that. 152 days is pretty significant. Going up into a plea for probation.
How much did he do on his last case when did he successfully complete his probation for the theft case that he previously had?
I believe that was a misdemeanor. I think they said it was revoked and he was sentenced to 3 days.
All right. So how much time have you done in county before?
I did
Don't
not-
even count this 152 days.
Month.
A month?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the state jail facility before?
I'm not-
Do you want to go to the state jail facility?
I'm not-
All right, and what's up with the tattoo on your chest? What's that about?
That's my brother.
I'm sorry, what?
That's my brother.
All right, why do you have your brother's tattoo?
Because I lost him. He's in foster care.
All right, he's in foster care?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, and I'm sorry, 120 hours of community service restitution. And probation. It's gonna be 60 days in the Bear County Jail as a condition. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, did you?
Judge, would you consider 30? Seeing he's already done 152.
No. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. People don't like when people steal things, right? And you got to ask yourself, the things that you've been stealing, your attorney says you've been at the Bear County Jail for 152 days. Now you're going to be there for an extra 60 days. Ask yourself, was stealing that car worth the days away from your life in the free world? Was it worth it? Then you need to stop doing it. And if you violate this probation, what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke is going to be filed, and you'll be subject to the full range of punishment if the state is able to prove up the allegations in any motion to revoke. So from here on out, everything that you do, when you feel like, oh, I don't have any money, let me think about breaking into somebody's car and let me think about committing a new offense, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 10 years? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. I don't think you want to end up at the prison and somebody asks, why are you here? Oh, I stole a car. 10 years? Wow. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. But Sean, do you have the results on Damian Trevino?
Negative.
Okay, awesome. Yay. I'm happy for you on that. Keep up with that, okay? All right, we're back on the record in 2024 CR 4900, State versus Damian Trevino. So probation is telling me that your UA was negative. That's a good thing. Make sure that you stay vigilant. You understand? Because it's easy to backslide.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. State, on Damian Trevino, is there any restitution to the building? Was it, for the lottery tickets, which I guess they have to reprint or destroy, and the cigarettes?
As far as we are aware, no, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, do you have any children?
Yes, Your Honor.
What are their ages?
He's 9 years old.
I'm sorry.
9.
All right, and who is your child with?
The mother right now.
All right. Court is going to sentence you to a $500 fine that will be probated. 4 years deferred adjudication. We're going to do a felony drug court evaluation. And let me just tell you, do not tell felony drug court that you don't have a drug problem, because obviously you do. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to order lifetime recovery. You are not allowed to leave lifetime recovery, and leave the program unless I give you permission to leave the program. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Proof of employment within 90 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There is to be 120 hours of community service restitution. How do you spend your days?
Walking.
Okay. did you graduate?
I got my high school diploma online.
All right. So I'm gonna order 120 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived if you obtain a trade school certificate of you try to do something to better yourself.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and improve your employment chances.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm also gonna order parenting classes, regular random UAs, field visits, one time per month for 4 months. At Lifetime Recovery, do they have you doing sober meetings?
I had an interview yesterday for a sober living home, and I got another one next Sunday.
All right, we're gonna do 60 sober meetings in 60 days. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Oh, thanks, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court. And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. To be successful in probation in this court, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel as though your probation officer is not addressing it, you can always come back to the court and we'll see what's going on.
Yes, Your Honor.
All
Thank you.
right. And if you feel like you think you're gonna use, that's when you call your sponsor. That's when you call your probation officer. And if you can't get in touch with anybody, we're here throughout the week, but not on weekends or holidays, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, counsel. Thanks for your patience. All right, so
Yes.
competency restored. So what is the update?
Judge, there was an offer on the table. We were close to resolving the case. However, we have come to an impasse, so we're going to reset this for whatever date the court wishes.
All right, so you understand, Ms. Herrera, that today was supposed to be for disposition. That's what the court was told. So my understanding is you want a jury trial?
I just want something less than 12.
Okay, so let me explain something to you. All right, so this is what ends up happening. The state will make their offer. And I'm telling you this from my experience as a defense attorney and as a prosecutor. And then they'll give it to your defense attorney. And your defense attorney will either say you agree to it or you don't agree to it after conferring with you. Sometimes the state will make an offer and they say that's their offer. Sometimes they'll do what's called a cap, in which case if they do a cap, then what that means is that I will get to decide, one, whether to grant an application for probation if that's applied for, or if, let's say, for example, somebody's charged with evading arrest in a vehicle. All right, normally that's a third-degree felony. So the range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison. And let's say, hypothetically, the state is saying, well, we want 8 years prison. Or either we want a cap of 8 years. So if they were to offer somebody a cap of 8 years on an evading arrest, and I'm using that as an example because that's not your charge, then what that would mean is the court could probably either give somebody probation or either they could sentence them to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 8 years. Do you understand? So sometimes the state will offer what they think a case is worth, and that's what they're offering. And then people have a choice to make. They can either make a counter offer with the state, or either they can go to jury trial. And if you go to jury trial, then you have a decision to make as far as, and your attorney, he's experienced, he will tell you this. Either if you're found guilty, the jury will assess punishment, or either the court will assess punishment. But if there is a jury trial and a person were to be found guilty, the state can ask the jury for whatever they want to ask of them. It may be more than what they're offering now. It may be less than what they're offering now, or they may say, jury, it's completely up to you. So you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So that's where we are. So do you want a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So your plea deadline has expired. So there's no plea bargain agreements after this day. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So. State, when is your trial date?
I have it right in front of me, Judge. Let me-
Okay. And there are 3 robberies. Are these all on the same date and it's just been in,
they're all
Oh,
separate, Judge.
they're all separate dates?
Mhm.
Okay. So, and the range of punishment on each of these is up to 20 years. And the enhancement puts it at first degree.
That's correct.
All right, 5 to 99. Okay. If the enhancement is proven.
That is correct.
All right.
Judge, it looks like, August 6th would be a date.
All right, so I know y'all are saying August 6th, but she's had a competency. And if there's a chance, there may be some decompensation.
There's another big trial coming up in July, but that's
Okay,
July 23rd.
all right, let me see. This is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna recall this. Mr. DeLeon?
Okay.
Are you here
Here tomorrow.
you're here tomorrow? Are you here the week of June 17th? And I'm not doing this for a jury trial. I looked through the file and I see there's no plea deadline date. It's just that you all told me today there was gonna be
Well, it was supposed to be
disposition.
a week.
Yeah.
I won't be here June 18th, Judge, but otherwise, the rest of the week is fine.
All right, you want to do June 17th or no?
That's fine, Judge, June 17th.
All right, so we're gonna bring you back on June 17th, because I always give everybody a plea deadline date. You were just set for a disposition today because everybody told me it was going to be worked out today. So your plea deadline date is going to be on June 17th. And after that date, the court is not going to accept any plea bargain agreements. And after that date, you'll get a jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about anything?
No, ma'am.
All right, do you need to continue to speak with your attorney or no?
No, ma'am.
All right, well, we'll see you back on the 17th, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.